We are introduced to Keenan as a guy who is hosting a morning show and juggling that work-life balance. And he's recently been widowed and raising his two daughters, basically. His father-in-law came down to kind of help out and hasn't really left yet. And my brother slash manager is also living with me, around me, and stuff like that. And between the three of us, we're basically trying to protect and raise these two beautiful young ladies.
Yourself in it all?
Oh, I mean, I definitely relate to my character. I think, being a dad, raising two girls, stuff like that. But also just knowing like how hard it is to, even if my wife, takes a couple days off or something, or she goes, out of town or something, and I get, kind of thrown into almost a single parent kind of situation. It's very hard, and I can respect what single parents go through. Best cast ever, by the way. I'll go down the line myself. We'll start with the legendary Don Johnson. I mean, that you just come on, Ferraris all over the place. I was surprised. I didn't know he still drove a Ferrari or wore colorful blazers with even more colorful shirts underneath. However, it's still going down. No, I'm just kidding. Don could not be cooler and more chill, and just more eager to kind of build something together. I think everybody has this like eager kind of energy, to construct something like really, really cool. Don Johnson is here playing with us, which is awesome. My brother Chris Red from SNL is here, so it's just like a vacation every day for us. We just make each other laugh all day long. He's so damn funny and so cool, and just so energetic. The energy he brings, especially when he's entertaining the girls, it's the best. They're so happy when he's around because he's like that uncle that would just play with them all day, sit on the floor with them, just entertain them when they're feeling down. And I do a little bit of that too, but it's different because I'm playing the dad role or whatever. So he just gets to have super fun time. So it's really cute to watch them interact. And then the sweet girls, Danny and Dana, little internet superstars, the Jesus girls, we call them. They're so wonderful. They're so sweet. Their family dynamic is, I think it's insanely cool that they get to be real sisters and play sisters. So they get to work with each other, and be around and support each other. Me and Chris are like brothers, like for real, for real. It's funny that he's actually playing my brother on this show. But yeah, I mean, I call him my bro, and he gave me my first Emmy, you know what I'm saying? Like that was his idea and it gracefully, put me in it and stuff and I was able to, contribute or whatever. But if not for him, I would be trophyless. So yeah, no, that's my dog. And, he's just good people. He comes to work and wants to work hard and, he's not about any like nonsense, and like he has like zero ego. He likes to dress, but that might be a Chicago thing. But he's, I mean, he's just a legitimately awesome dude. So I couldn't be more excited to have to spend so much time, around somebody like that. Like when you're doing these shows, last week I was on 12+ hour days every single day, and if I wasn't surrounded by great people, I don't know if I'd be so excited right now. But honestly, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I'm glad I got to embrace that opportunity with great people.
On the show set?
Yeah, Wake Up with Keenan, I think, is definitely in the vein of my SNL energy for sure. Just playing a big character, big energy, just open for any kind of awkward reaction moment and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I think that's the kind of vibe that, a lot of people are going to tune in and want to see, I think, around the show. And that'll definitely be the places that they'll see that kind of stuff. And then, as we get into like the family dynamics and stuff like that. But if you just happen to catch the show in the middle of the show, that'll be the most similar energy for sure. So, yeah, the morning show is a lot of fun because it's where I spiral out of control the most because the stakes are kind of really high and everything is happening in front of a live audience or a national audience or just local Atlanta audience, whatever it is. It's happening on a big scale basically, and it's like a snowball effect. Like once I start spinning out on something, it just gets bigger and bigger until we have to like go to commercial, and it's like my bad or whatever. But moving on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh snap, my girls are, getting out of school and I'm late, so I got to get over there to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just an ongoing type of a whirlwind situation every episode. I think the audience will be attracted to me, number one. And I'm just kidding. Um, I think it's the cast. Honestly, I think the cast is going to be like one of the main draws to come back to the show week after week after week. It's filled with a lot of people that can deliver, big funny moments at any given time. And then if we're all in a scene together scoring, it's just that much better. So I think that'll be a main thing. I think watching the girls because they're so adorable, and what they're going through, and they're really the heart of the show, because I mean, I think they're the ones kind of with the biggest loss. Like my loss is huge, because it was my partner and everything, but they lost like their parental figure, like that's major. So that's where a lot of the heart and emotion is, and the sweetness, and they couldn't be sweeter or cuter or more full of heart. And yeah, between those things and, Don, don't forget about the legendary Don Johnson in there trying to help but not helping at all. Yeah, I think that will be the trifecta for sure. Yeah, this is most definitely a family show. I mean, I think I've had a family approach to my career. I've always kind of wanted everybody to be able to watch my work. I am grown, so I do live my life. But as far as television is concerned, I want to I want my performances to be able to be enjoyed and not necessarily oh there's a word in there that grandma can't listen to or a word in there that little Lisa can't hear, stuff like that. Like I want everybody to, like how I grew up, we all would take time and like tune in on our shows basically when they came on, and it was a wonderful thing to experience, like doing something together as a family like that. Anytime we did that, whether it was going on vacation or whatever, but I remember like catching our favorite show as a whole was always very special.
This show is Keenan. We meet a widowed dad who, is struggling to find a balance between his work life and being the best dad that he can be. When I first read the script, I I can't hate. I really looked at the names and I was like, Lauren Michaels, Keenan Thompson, Jackie Clark, David Caspi, sign me up. But it also happened to be that the script was amazing and full of so much funny, and also pulling at your heartstrings. So I'm a sucker for both. So Mika is the executive producer for the morning news show Wake Up with Keenan. And she's just a woman who, like a lot of my friends, has just put her career first, and as a result, her personal life is trash. It has suffered. So, while she is focused and fabulous, she's also very flawed. And, without giving too much away, we will see that there's a little tension, little romantic attraction between her and Keenan. I relate to Mika in that she's put her career first like I have. And there's also a lot of me that feels like I have it together, but I really don't. So I look forward to, with Mika, showing those moments where, it looks like she is put together and has it all going. And then just like that, she's a hot mess. It doesn't get better than Keenan Thompson. He is a master of his craft, comedy, humor. He also is a great guy and nice. Ugh, gross. Then there's Chris Red, and he's so good at improv, so he keeps us on our toes. We got to be ready for Chris. And then of course there's Don Johnson, who brings all of the experience. And then there's Danny and Dana, who keep us all in check. Yeah, I mean, my credit score has gone up 15 points since meeting them. They are getting my life together. I'm a work in progress. Yeah, so Mika is the wrangler, right? So I think there's a lot of fun in that on our show, the show within the show, we are, live. And so what can go wrong on live television? Everything. And, with Keenan going through his stuff, Mika's job is to keep him going while also keep the show going. You know, I think Wake Up with Keenan it's a morning news show, right? So it's all about the ratings with them, and they want to do whatever they can to keep their audiences coming back. I think their first priority is to inform folks about what's going on in their neighborhood. It's a local show, but also, you know, we have some funny bits. We have some cooking things. You know, we have some silly stuff to make sure that we have that connection with the audience and to keep them coming back and watching every day. Fun fact. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a unique relationship with my role because both of my parents worked in news. My mom was an executive news producer. My dad transmitted satellite images for NBC News, like the local station here. So, in a lot of ways, this role just feels heavenly. You know, it's great. You know, in a lot of ways, it feels like Keenan was just meant to play this role. I know in his real life, he's a great dad, and so seeing him be a girl dad on this show it's touching and it warms your heart, and he's compassionate and understanding. So yeah, I can't wait for audiences to see it because it feels like it was a long time coming, but so right. Yeah, you know, I love that we're showcasing a single dad who's trying to juggle his career and also being a great dad and being a family guy. So that's traditionally shown on TV anyway. Often the mom trying to juggle that. But, you know, with our show, I love that we put a dad in those roles, and it's fun. It's fun to watch. If you like to laugh, if you are a newborn baby or 125 years old, this show is for you. There's something for everyone in this show, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah, it's fun.
And Molly, she pushed up my food off the lunch table, and then she said, "You can't come to my party." And I almost slapped her because she got on there.
Molly's meat. Ixnay.
Yes?
Well, I mean, you kind of stepped in it this time, didn't you?
Three cameras. Hey, Mark. See, Mark? See, Mark? Camera set.
And then Addison, she told me that I couldn't go to her birthday party, and then she punched off my lunch. I'm like, it was my table, and then just because of Dad.
What?
It's not my fault.
Ixnay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you kind of stepped in it.
It's bad, Dad. Where are the popsicles?
I told you they bring it up.
Hey, listen. You two are children, all right? And you two are only halves of one functioning human being. So that means I get to make the rules. And we're not talking about this anymore, okay? Besides, we got way more important stuff to focus on anyway. Like watermelon falling out. Hey, you two are children, all right? And you two are only halves of one functioning adult. So that means I get to make the rules, and we're not talking about this anymore, all right? Besides, we got way more important stuff to focus on, like making the pie cake and...
Making the pie taken.
Besides, we got way more stuff to focus on. Besides, we have way more important stuff to focus on, like making the pie caking for the bake sale. Rick, you want to sift the flour?
Oh, no thanks, but nice offer.
Why are you putting on an apron if you're not gonna help?
Man, come on.
You're good. All right.
Toby, just ask me. Just be careful, don't stick out. You just start shouting. I think we're on the table though, so.
You guys all set? No?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go again, guys.
My goodness.
Entrance is gonna go.
Yeah, you really messed up, Dad. Right.
Hey, y'all are children, okay? And you two are only halves of a functioning adult. Sorry. Wait, listen. You two are children, all right? And you two are only halves of one functioning adult. So that means I get to make the rules, okay? And I say we're not talking about this anymore.
Biggest group possible. White women. Nobody can hold a grudge or a Pinot Grigio like a white woman.
Hey, Dad, what does Keenan... Sorry. Hey.
Fourth and 9 more. Here we go.
Yes?
It's bad,
Well,
Dad. What you
I mean, you stepped in.
I told you they was gonna bring it up, man, but how can they now when you come at the beehive like that?
All right, fine. But y'all are the ones that told me to talk about Corey in the first place, so I could move on. Well, congrats.
Not me.
Okay, I told him to talk Corey, not talk crazy.
I told him not to talk at all. Look, something immeasurably sad has happened, and now everyone's great. End of story.
I'm sorry.
That was really mean. Why did you have to come to
Hey,
the answer?
listen, y'all are two children, and y'all are two halves of one functioning adult, so that means I make the rules, all right? And we're not talking about this anymore. Besides, we have more important things to focus on, like making the pie cake in for the bake sale. Rick, you want to sift the flour?
No thanks, but very nice offer.
Okay, we'll just check it. Okay, I didn't know we had to check it out. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so.
Your middle name is Stacy.
And thanks for having me. Yes.
I think Two cameras. Hey, Mark.
No, that's just nasty. You see, I was not expecting that.
I'm amazed they kept this on as long as they did.
Man, listen, here's what Keenan is about, guys. Okay, Keenan is a widowed father recently. His wife died, he has 2 daughters, and he has to take care of them while being a host of Wake Up with Keenan, a morning show that's popular in Atlanta. And he has a brother and manager, me, and he's also staying with his father-in-law, Rick, who you will see we all like to get into mischief as we just stumble around in life trying to figure out things and getting into mischief. Yo, so when I read the script for Keenan, I was so excited because it was Keenan, and Keenan's like my big brother. And then I read in the script, like I'm playing his brother, and it was just great, man. And the character itself, he's so funny. He's like a younger version of me, but heightened for sure. But it was just great to be able to have our dynamic move past SNL into a different world, and know that when I come to set, the energy that we bring to the sets that we've brought to before will be there, and that kind of camaraderie would be there, and the chemistry. So I was really excited for that, and then to see like the story of like a black widowed father in Atlanta was something that was very new to me and fresh, and I really liked that. And with all the characters and the jokes, obviously, it was kind of a no-brainer. You know what I mean? What makes it so different from other family comedies is, I mean, from the cast, you know, you have a biracial family with Rick, Don Johnson being the white cool dad that you definitely can see kicking it in Atlanta, you know, but it mixed in with the 2 girls, the beautiful girls, Danny and Dana, who are dope, play Aubrey and Birdie, and they're amazing, so energetic, knows every TikTok dance in the world. And you have me, the brother who's loyal, damn, might have some bad advice that works sometimes, and it's just really just all about like making sure Keenan stays successful, and also about going to the club. And then you have Keenan, who's trying to just find his way back, find a new way to enter life without his best friend there, his wife, and try to hold it all together. And I think it's something that's fresh and hasn't been seen in this way. And from the cast to the writing to the way it's shot, it's just a nice, fresh look at an Atlanta black lifestyle. See, Gary's about to turn up. He's about keeping things popping. He's also about making sure that Keenan is having the most successful career that he possibly can. He's a hustler, and he loves his nieces a lot, and he's like so on Rick. You know what I mean at first, but then they even get to kind of becoming buddies, and he just likes to keep things fun, but also just always at the interests of what's best for Keenan. But he does like the club a lot, and he's a little bit stupid at times. And sometimes that gets him in trouble, and other times it just keeps things fun. Yeah, I think that it's definitely a show for the whole family to watch. I think that's a lot of what the little girls bring to that, and those scenes about that. But there's also so much that adults will enjoy. So many adult jokes in there that if you're sitting there with your kid and they hear that joke, it's going right over their head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a perfect balance. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I try to push that to the limit, but I think it's a very cool, little edgy comedy for everybody.
Well, the show is about a single dad trying to raise two girls with his father-in-law and his brother.
Yeah, it is like kind of weird. It's not just a regular family. It's like one single dad, two girls, and an uncle and a grandpa.
I feel like my character, we have a lot in common. She's a lot like me. I kind of feel like they wrote her based off of me because she's like a bookworm. She's really smart. She does well in everything. I mean, that's a lot like me. I mean,
Like Danny said, I think that they built my character on myself too. Because I think that Birdie, she's quirky, she's funny, she's just a little bit annoying to Aubrey. she's she's just really cool, she's swaggy, and she doesn't really care about what anybody thinks, any haters. Like, I think I love that about her.
when I was little, I used to watch Good Burger all the time, over and over. But other than that, we did meet him before.
Good Burger was our favorite movie. We
It still is.
really watched it on rerun so many times. But that's the only thing that we had ever seen him on, of course, after we saw Keenan and Kel and all that and stuff. Keenan is a great TV dad. He's fun.
Right.
He sneaks his gummy bears, and he's just overall so cool.
He sneaks his candy. You always get to eat on snack. Like, hey, there's cookies over there. And I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. You know I like to eat.
You know what? I think it's different because it's not just two parents and three perfect kids. No, I think that it's perfect just the way it is.
It's like a different household setup.
It's a different household setup. And I think it's important for people, parents, to see that there's different kinds of families in the world and there's not just one kind. So I'm glad that this is one single dad and two girls with a crazy grandpa and a super fun uncle. Yes! Oh my gosh!
No, Chris Red, I love him. We always be having dance battles. And if you're watching this, just because you think you can dance better than me does not mean it's true.
He literally never wins a dance
I will
battles.
forever be better. It's just how it is.
You will never win. I can way better than him.
But his moonwalk's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. Yes.
Yeah, it's a family comedy. It's about, kids and family coming together.
When things happen with crazy families like this one, I think that everybody should watch it. I think that everybody with their family should watch this. This
Yeah.
is just a great TV show for everybody, like a family comedy.
It's a great family comedy. I think it's good for all ages. All people can watch it. Everybody.
And I'm not just saying that.
What I mean, you got Chris Red, Don Johnson, Keenan Thompson, Danny and Dana. What more?
What?
No more. Period.
Well, I definitely wanted to be a part of it. Lauren and I have been pals for a long, long time, and I was flattered and honored that he thought of me for the part. And so I looked at it and I said, this will be a fun place to play. That's Rick. He's kind of clueless and yet he's got he's a guy that gets it, but is sometimes clueless about things that other people are like on top of. Kind of like me. A big fan, yeah. Both he and Chris, but Keenan. He is enormously talented and so gifted, and I didn't really know Keenan before, but we had met because I'd gone over and visited Saturday Night Live and Lauren over at 30 Rock and stuff like that, and so we had met and we knew each other kind of a nano bit, but I love him. He's a great guy, and on top of all that, there just isn't anything that he can't do. It's great. It's not unlike. I mean, this is it's kind of a tricky. Part of the premise is that there's my daughter who's married to Keenan passes away, or has passed away in the recent past year, and I've moved in to help Keenan out, and to the extent that basically I'm just adding being another child to Keenan, but the heart of the project centers around the loss. She's the loss of my daughter, his wife, is ever present in our inner relationships and stuff like that. And it's about a family that's managing that and doing it the best way they can. And I would imagine that there's a lot of families that can relate to this during this time, sadly. You kind of have to watch it because it's more about the chemistry. I mean, Keenan and I had instant chemistry, and we've been able to develop that and build that. And I mean, it's a gift for me to get to work with Keenan every day, and to do something that's really written well and with terrific people and supporting casts and stuff. But yeah, it's just joyful. Working with Chris is another just really kind of comfortable relationship. I mean, we get each other. We kind of have my character is a former, is a horn player, a saxophone player, and saxophone players are typically kind of kooky and eccentric and so on and so forth. Horn players in general are that way. Maybe it's the lack of oxygen to the brain. So I'm going to get a lot of letters on that. Bring them on. So Those are my cutie pies. Those girls are adorable. They're incredibly funny and they're so professional. And the truth of the matter is that when I knew I was going to work with them, I hadn't met them yet, and so I called Keith Raskin, our producer, and I said, Keith, what are they like? You know, I want to bring them a little gift, you know, just to get off on the right foot, you know, kind of Grandpa, Papa Rick kind of stuff. So I got so he told me, well, one wants a ukulele and the other wants a jewelry box. And I went, oh, okay. So I got the ukulele, I got the jewelry box, and I got two little gold necklaces with D on the necklace, and I gave it to them, and they were thrilled to get it, and so appreciative. Wrote me these fabulous cards and these drawings and stuff like that. And then I went on their Instagram and found out that these two are world-class influencers. It's amazing. So I went back to him and I said, I'm thinking maybe I should have bought you a car.